two of the most popular AI tools in the world. Millions of people use both, but almost nobody knows which one is actually worth their time. And most people who use both are duplicating effort without realizing it. I spent 2 weeks using Notion AI and ChatGPT side by side for the exact same tasks. Same inputs, same goals, same amount of time, and the results were not what I expected. Here's the full breakdown. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one to use for what. Let's start with writing, because that's what most people use both tools for. I gave both tools the same brief. Write a first draft of a project proposal based on 5 bullet points of raw notes. No additional context, same bullet points, same amount of time. ChatGPT produced a clean, well-structured draft in about 40 seconds. Good flow, logical structure, professional tone, but it was generic. It had no idea what my project was actually about beyond the 5 bullets I gave it. So it filled the gaps with assumptions that I then had to go back and fix. Notion AI did something different. Because it lives inside my workspace, it can see the context around those bullet points, related pages, previous meeting notes, and linked documents. The draft it produced was shorter, but significantly more accurate than what I actually needed. I spent less time editing it. Winner for writing and drafting. Notion AI, but only if your notes and documents are already in Notion. If they're not, ChatGPT wins by default because Notion AI has nothing to work with. The practical takeaway: if you're starting a piece of writing from scratch with no existing context, use ChatGPT. If you're working on something that connects to things you've already written or planned, open Notion. This is where the gap is much clearer. I asked both tools the same research question. What are the most effective strategies for growing a YouTube channel in 2025 with under 1,000 subscribers? ChatGPT gave me a comprehensive, well-organized answer in about 20 seconds. Detailed, structured, actionable. The problem: it was based on its training data, which had a cutoff date. It couldn't tell me what was working right now, this month, on the current version of the algorithm. Notion AI gave me a much shorter, less detailed answer, and it was pulling from my own notes and saved articles rather than any external knowledge. Useful if I'd saved relevant material. Useless if I hadn't. For research and open-ended questions, ChatGPT wins completely. It has a vastly larger knowledge base, and if you're using the version with web browsing enabled, it can pull current information as well. Notion AI is not a research tool. It was never designed to be. Using it for research is like using a hammer to cut wood. Wrong tool, frustrating results. Winner for research, ChatGPT, and it's not close. This is the category most people don't think about, and it's where Notion AI genuinely has no competition. I asked both tools to take a messy collection of notes from a week's worth of work and turn them into a structured, organized summary with action items and priorities. ChatGPT produced a good summary, but I had to paste all the notes in manually, and the output existed only inside the ChatGPT window. The moment I closed it, that organized summary was gone unless I copied it somewhere. Notion AI took those same notes, which were already living in my Notion workspace, summarized them, extracted the action items, and placed everything into a structured page that was automatically linked to my existing projects. The output became part of my system rather than a one-off result sitting in a chat window. For ongoing organization, weekly reviews, project management, and keeping your work connected, Notion AI is in a completely different league. Winner for organization, Notion AI by a significant margin. So here's the honest answer. You don't choose between them. You use ChatGPT when you need to think, research, or draft something from nothing. You use Notion AI when you need to work with things you already have. They're not competitors, they're complements. And understanding that distinction will save you more time than either tool does on its own. If this breakdown was useful, subscribe. Next week, I'm covering the exact Notion AI setup I use to run an entire content channel in under 2 hours a week. And drop a comment below. Are you a ChatGPT person, a Notion person, or both? I read everyone.